All right, guys, so welcome on. Let's get cracking already. Let's see what's going on with the markets and then we can talk from there. Now, it's pretty interesting to see what we've got going on. I mean, the market hasn't been slow per se. I think some pairs have been more active than others, like Euro USD, for example. Euro USD has been pretty interesting to me. I've been watching this low here of the previous month that the price is at the moment. And I really want to see today what the price is going to do because it is in a good position for us to get one more possible continuation low. It's just really how the price will behave today. At the moment, so far, we've had this news here, and because we've had this liquidity gap, sometimes I feel like I don't mind just entering in aggressively already because reality is should be really going for a long pretty soon, okay, on Euro USD at least. So I'm actually pretty into wanting to get in to this. I'm just kind of giving the price some time to, let me know what it's trying to do. And it's really of intrigue. I think because today's the day it is, let's see what we've got going on. Now, right now, it's about 2:36 UK time at the moment. And I mean, looking at the price action here from this news we've had today, early in the morning, left the liquidity gap, price is pushed down for a short. I mean, I'm intrigued to see what we're going to have for the rest of the day. AUD USD has actually come to the bottom of this zone here and is actually taking this low and come straight back to this validation point over here, which is interesting. Didn't come to the demand zone, but it came nearby and we've had that little touch on here. So I'm interested now. Well, what if the price decides that it wants to go for one more reversal? Now, Japanese yen pairs, though, have been reversing pretty strong. After we had this reaction here, we had a break of market structure. It was actually a pretty nice trade because it gave about 2 entries. I just wasn't watching USD's Japanese yen at the time, so I couldn't really make any, decisions on that. Now, I think the best moving pair out of the majors this week, the award goes to Pound USD. We had this nice H4 weekly induction situation. The price didn't return to the order block instead, but came nearby to this one. All right. Had a nice wick this morning and a massive drop, almost 150 pips. Pretty nice movement. I don't know what the news was this morning. I've actually forgotten, but I'll remember pretty soon. And if I don't remember, then we'll just check it out. All right. USD CHF, similar fashion though, but not hardly any movement. But USD CHF has really just been ranging. And as I said to you guys, that this supply zone here, I have it marked out. And just to prove that I was talking about the same zone, I have it, I guess, marked out on the H4 again. Let me see. If not, okay, fine. But this is the zone I was looking at anyway. My expectations really are that the price should really turn back into going for a short at some point. And if not, it needs to break past this area. But the key to know what USD CHF is going to do is really this H4 order block. The price is capping in here right now, not lying as in capping, but the price is basically accumulating and staying in this range without breaking above the supply zone. So depending on how the highs and lows close for the weekly high of last week and etc., we may or may not be looking at a reversal, or we may be looking at a continuation. But at the moment, I'm still not touching anything. Now, USD CAD is clearly moving in a positive direction. Now, USD CAD and oil have an inverse pair correlation, and I just had a quick look at oil just a moment ago, and then it is actually pretty much pushing down strongly. So we have an inverse relationship going on where USD CAD is pushing long. Now, when oil goes short, the reason behind the USD CAD and US oil's relationship is pretty simple. The Canadian dollars, well, Canada's one of their major exports is oil. And so when the price of oil goes down, the nominal amount of money they earn goes down. And as a direct result, because oil is a big part of the strength of their currency and of their nation, it affects the strength of the Canadian dollar. And so at the moment, the Canadian dollar is actually coming out weaker with this movement here, which is allowing USD CAD to continue pushing long. Now, USD CAD has clearly closed above the high of the previous week. We have close to a midpoint close. I'll say the body of the candles closed about 40% above the high, which is good enough. And so at that point, it makes sense that the price either is going to continue long to take some more highs. We've got this liquidity gap and other things to fill out, or we may get a short-term reversal. We'll see. But at the moment, the price is looking pretty bullish. So I wouldn't want to try to attempt to take a reversal any time near soon. All right. So looking back at the dollar index anyway, let's go for it. Let's take a look at what's happened. Now, on the dollar index on the daily time frame, we have had that body close instead of a wick close above the high, which to me suggests that we are most likely going to be pushing higher. And again, the liquidity gap that I showed you guys on the M15 between 696, 103,696 and 741, when the market opened on that Thursday, June the 8th, to be specific. It looks as though the market is looking to go here, but since we have a body close above this high and not a reversal, I think it will be in our best interest to look for a continuation long. So it does look as though right now the dollar is going to continue gaining strength. Now, I'm going to do this. I'm going to draw a supply zone here. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to have a look at what the price did here. So in this movement, the price took this low here. Let's go over here. This low and this low right over here. And we've had it on the H4, H1. This is the kind of gigantic move we've had so far from the morning. Now, the thing is, the order block for this movement range, I mean, you can actually use these two candles to do it here. We haven't had a return just yet. We have unfulfilled efficiency right over here. So at some point, I would expect the price to pull back. At the moment, we have this kind of afternoon reaction that the price is doing, but still, I am actually looking for the market to give us a movement long at some point. And then after there, the price should be definitely pushing over to give us some sort of movement. Now on the dollar index here, you can see the price is reversing. And look at how sensitive gold has become. Now, again, guys, I told you that before we commit to gold for a short, we've had the first aspect of this trade, which was the break. Now, beneath this low over here, which was really the key low that we had the price doing before, we had a body close, or what I was expecting was at least to, you know, close beneath over here. Now, what we've got over here is, let's put this back. What I am expecting with the price is that now that it's returned to this other side, all we really need is a short movement to happen so that we can actually get the short that we're looking for. So here's the liquidity gap here I'm looking at. Right? So we've got liquidity gap over here. There you go. So liquidity gap over here, and then I'm looking for a short based on this. Now, I always knew that the price on gold will fill up most of the candle over here. So I'm not surprised that the price is doing that at the moment. But what I'm looking for is for the price to give us this short right here. And once the price gives us that, then we can take a short from that. Now, the only thing is, let me get gold up and then we'll look at the US 30. So if I get gold going, let's go over to the D1 here. And then let's look at lower time frame. My only thing, I wouldn't say is an issue, but my only kind of situational issue with gold that I was looking at is with gold, there are equal highs above here, And I'm wondering if the price will go and take them. Okay, that's my only other thing I'll say with gold. But I won't lie and say that gold isn't a good sell to take as an attempt, because it looks pretty good and it has taken those highs. So what I might do is actually take on a little gold trade for now, just to see what the market is going to offer us with that. And the short I'm looking for really is just until the liquidity gap, or at least to the end of the liquidity. But that's really what my aim is there when it comes to looking at that gap there. That's what I'm really looking at. Now, we'll see. At the moment, right now, the market is still a little bit funny. And I think that because there's so much things going on, it's a little bit hard to, go through everything. But I still think that gold has great potential to give some good movements. For me, I expect the price to really take the equal highs. That's what I really want to see. It's just really a matter of timing with gold. Right? It really is a matter of timing. So we'll have to see. I mean, at the moment, let's just see what's happening here. Yeah, at the moment, we'll just have to see what happens here with gold. I'm really intrigued to see what we're gonna get with it. It's just that at the moment, I guess the price feed is a little bit fast, so things are moving a little bit slower than I want. Okay. Because I think there's so much volatility going on right now that it's a little bit difficult to, run everything. But anyway, as you can see from gold, it's in a position. Now, what I was actually thinking is that gold might actually be cheeky and come up to this equal high point here and then go for a short, all right, which is about 1921. So it might actually get up to 1921, take these highs and then go short. That's what I'm really looking for. Something of that sort is what I'm looking for. But we'll see pretty soon. So I hope you guys are already seeing what's going on here with with gold and the rest. It's just a matter of time, I guess, until we get some sort of move. Now, my final thing is to look at the US 30 here. At the moment, the US 30 isn't doing much. So I think currently I'm still for the last buy because I told you about the liquidity gap that we have on the upside here. But I think what I'll do, I might actually do 2 lives and come back again in the evening later on and see what happens. So for now, I'll catch you guys later.